Have we started?
You
better start.
Yeah.
we're going to start.
Here we go.
So if we start, no.
Joining our pub quiz team this week is a man of many talents. Comedian, writer, actor, musician and poet. Let's see if he can add pub quiz expert to that list. It's the incredible Nick Helm.
Wow. Showing off in that intro bit, Nick.
Is that what you're going to say on the night?
Normally I would say the intros are sort of like, they make you seem quite affable. It sounds like you're showing off in your own intro, even though you've not written it.
I didn't write it.
I didn't write it, and I don't want anyone to think I have written it.
I guess I've just been showing off with my life.
With that array of talents, Nick, do you reckon you are an asset to a pub quiz team?
Are you going to be sat like that?
Yeah, quite intensely for the whole
with
thing.
your arms folded at me. Yeah.
Why have I folded my arms like that?
I don't know.
Yeah,
go on.
so Nick, do you reckon you'll be a good
That's
addition?
better.
There we
Here
go.
he is.
Yeah, just a chilled out
Yeah,
guy.
chilled out pub quiz.
Are you a good addition to a pub quiz team?
Yeah, I've got specialist subjects, obviously, but yeah, I'm pretty good.
What are they? What are the specialist ones?
Films,
Yeah.
bit of music, maybe, general knowledge. I'm not very good with politics. I'm not your sports guy. But it's been so long since I've done a pub quiz. I used to work in a pub where...
Yeah.
Did I even host a pub quiz?
I feel like you've got the energy of someone who hosted a pub quiz for a while, yeah.
They used to have questions like, name every Bond film. And then but that was quite easy because you know that Sean Connery did 6.
Yeah.
So you just have to name 6 Sean Connery. And then I think Roger Moore did 7. And then Timothy Dalton did 2. And then Pierce Brosnan did 5.
Quite good at Bond films then, I'd say. Quite good at
Was
Bond
it one of
films.
them quizzes where you get a point for every one, or do you have to get all of them to get a point?
I think you had to get all of them.
Okay, that's hardcore, isn't it?
But that's also, you need a big piece of paper as well,
That's
right?
true enough. That's true enough.
True enough.
Yeah, that's true enough.
Absolutely.
We recently had Hugh Davis on.
I couldn't stop banging on about you.
And he was really bigging up your film knowledge.
Okay,
Really bigging up.
I'm going to need a photo of that person because I'm struggling to put a name to a face.
So honestly, he was like, the thing about Nick is that I love him so much as a personality, as a friend, as a colleague, and also just in awe of his film knowledge. Apparently, you just know. Also, he did say weird. Remember, he was like, you'll name a film that you think's good, and Nick will tell you why 4 other similar films are better than the one that you think is good.
I'm not competitive like that though. If he said, "What have you seen this film?" I wouldn't just go, "That film's shit. I've got 4 better ones."
It's not a personality trait.
If he's painted me like that, then
he made it out as if you might be the sort of person to if someone likes something, you'll tell them why they shouldn't like that thing.
No, I'm not like that.
Do you like people like you like?
You just said you didn't like Nosferatu to me. And I said, that is... But do you know what I said?
You said that's fair enough.
I said that's fair enough and that's valid because it's a very specific thing.
It's shit.
Whereas I like the specific thing it was aiming for.
Yeah.
Which was silent German expressionism on an IMAX screen. Yeah. And
is that genuinely what they were aiming for?
Yes, it's a silent German expressionist film, but and your memory of Nosferatu, right, is that it's black and white, right?
Yeah.
It was colour. Yeah. So you watch this colour film in IMAX and you leave thinking that you've seen, and it's got talking and music and everything, and you leave feeling that you've seen a black and white silent movie.
Have you seen it? It is just this might actually grate you a little bit. Liam's seen 4 films.
No, I've seen more than 4 films, but I'm not a film buff.
Genuinely, you could put a number on how many you've seen.
I'm so open to being enriched by film knowledge, and I love hearing you guys talk about it. It's brilliant.
What's your theory?
But you like TV.
Yeah.
And that's great. Yeah. And I like starting a story and finishing a story in 2 hours.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I don't like, oh no, it's a 10-year commitment. And then it ends shit.
I think why I prefer TV is because you can watch an episode for half an hour, and you don't know what that's going to be left on because the story's going to continue. Whereas with a film, I always find it's always a definite ending.
Go on. What's your theory that all films are the same?
Well, not always. What about Masters of the Universe?
Oh, yeah.
When Skeletor sticks his head up
the debate I wanted to get into.
And then they never made a sequel. And he was
I just wanted to sit quietly and let this film discussion wash over, and I was going to pick back up with an interesting fact. But I found a lot of them similar. Films.
You find a lot of films similar.
Yeah.
Like all the police academies are quite similar, aren't they? And
Humiliated.
I watched all the Final Destination films recently, and they're the exact same film.
Fast
every
and
single
Furious,
time.
always quite similar.
Yeah.
Are they though?
Oh, now the new ones comes in,
Well,
Nick.
no,
Thanks a lot, mate.
Because Fast and the Furious 5 turned the franchise into a heist series, didn't it? So before it was people racing cars, and then the fifth one was like, we've got a heist to do, and then after that they were like, well, let's send Ludacris into space. Do you know what I mean? It was-
I put the time aside
all the
last
Rocky
year.
films are the same film.
I haven't seen all the Rocky films. I've
But
seen
what
all the Harry
makes them-
Potters last year, and I thought they were all the same.
Oh right, yeah. Well, they're not really.
They're not at all, no.
They're not really. But I don't really like. I don't enjoy the Harry Potters.
The Rocky films aren't
really?
the same because Rocky 4 was a comment on the Cold War.
Yeah, but they're the same film, right? So he starts
Oh,
with a
yeah.
fight,
Yeah,
then he
yeah, sure.
trains, and then he has another fight.
Yeah.
Rocky 4 is different from the others because it's half an hour shorter, and it consists of something like 50 to 60% montages. You know, like if you
It
watch
really
Rocky
is.
4, it is stripped right down. But they're the same film, but they all have a different flavour.
Yeah.
Right? And the Friday the 13th, you could say all 12 of the Friday the 13th films have the same structure, right? And they do, but they're all completely different from each other.
Right.
So,
I feel like you could put any one of them on in front of me, and I'd be able to tell you, right, they die first, they die second. They're probably going to survive or at least last to the end.
I don't think you can do that with Friday the 13th because all the characters are so bland.
Yeah.
Because it's about Jason, isn't it?
They're all worthy of dying.
Yeah, you're like
Yeah.
you couldn't tell which one is going to die first because you don't know any of their names, you don't
Okay.
know anything about their personality.
Yeah.
You know.
Okay. Well, maybe I'll start with Friday the
Start with
13th.
that then,
We'll watch
exactly.
that tonight, maybe.
Yeah, watch that tonight.
Well, if you're going to do Friday the 13th, do Friday the 13th Part 6
That's the
Okay.
first one to go in.
because
then.
it's
Yeah.
really fun
Yeah.
and it's got Alice Cooper on the soundtrack.
And today's date is.
Friday the 13th.
Yeah.
Fucking hell,
Wow.
that's
a bit spooky,
quite
isn't
fucked
it?
up, actually.
That's never come up before.
Um,
it's pretty fucked up.
Fucked up. It's fucked
Can't
up.
believe the day
Quite
that
fucked up, actually.
fucked up the day that the pub was free happened to be Friday the 13th. Whoa, man. Yeah,
But that is actually, Nick.
yeah, it's fucked up.
No, sorry, Nick. It is fucked
Standing your
up.
ground.
That is fucked.
They should do
I'm
something
not
about
put a
that.
line in the sand on that. It's fucked up.
Yeah.
Nick, we like to ask our guests if they could provide us with their favourite fact that they've heard recently, something you might have heard, so maybe you've been carrying it around for a while and bring it out at parties. I don't
I
know.
tell you what, my all-time favourite fact, I haven't heard it recently, but my all-time favourite fact is that when you go up to Edinburgh, when you go into Scotland, they've got all these Mexican restaurants, right? And there used to be this Mexican restaurant on Cockburn Street, on Cockburn Street.
Little wink.
And my... you know Cockburn. There used to be this Mexican restaurant, and me and my family used to eat there every year. And then you kind of like go, oh yeah, there's a lot of Mexican restaurants in Edinburgh, right? And that's because, do you want to know?
I'm so. I'm
Absolutely.
literally
Do you know,
let in.
do you know why there's so many?
I don't know.
And I think it's in Scotland as well, but in Edinburgh there's a load. The reason is because in 1986, Scotland got into the World Cup final in Mexico. Loads of Scottish people went over to Mexico, ate the food, came back to Scotland, were like, there's no Mexican food, so they all opened up restaurants.
That's my favourite fact.
It's my
we've ever had
favourite
on the
fact we've ever
podcast.
had on the
Do you know what I
podcast.
mean? And do you know who told me that fact?
Who?
The hairy bikers. They didn't tell me personally. R.I.P. But they didn't tell me personally.
Well,
But it was on their TV
Oh, it was
show.
on the TV show,
And
yeah.
it
Okay, right.
stuck with me. I must have heard that fact 12 years ago, and it stuck with me. I just think it's
that
brilliant.
is a brilliant,
That is a
brilliant,
brilliant-
brilliant.
and that's true.
Because I don't know how old you are, but within my lifetime,
31, 25.
yeah. So within my lifetime, right, this cultural change happened, and it was because of something as mainstream as the World Cup. I think that's fantastic.
I think it's absolutely brilliant.
That's
Yeah.
brilliant.
Scotland is responsible for so many culinary inventions. The
Go on.
chicken tikka masala, which I love this story. Indian guy sets up an Indian restaurant in the 60s. Nick knows this already.
I learned it off the hairy bike.
And that one off Harry Barkers, that one off Hugh Davis. He set up a restaurant. Guy comes in, white guy, and says, "Oh, this chicken tikka's quite dry. I don't really like it." And the restaurateur is like panicking. What can I do? And he gets a can of Heinz tomato soup, pours it on the chicken tikka masala, done. Created it.
Really?
Yeah. So took chicken tikka, made the masala, done.
Wow.
It all happens in Scotland.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Deep fried Mars.
It doesn't all happen. Yeah.
I
Then you
think-
get to that territory.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you ever had a deep fried Mars bar?
I've tried it. Yeah.
Yeah, and?
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Really?
Yeah.
nice.
Well, why wouldn't it be?
Yeah.
Because I think deep fried stuff is brilliant for me. This is just for me. Savoury.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. But imagine deep frying a Mars bar and then dusting it with a little bit of icing sugar, putting it on a plate with maybe a chocolate drizzle over it and a strawberry with some of the greenage still attached.
Sounds like you very much specifically had this exact version of it, Nick.
Well, do you know what I mean? Then it's like, and also the batter is sort of a bit like pastry. It's so it's not that far off. And I agree with you. I think deep fried Mars bars are my favourite food too.
I want to try the deep fried.
I don't know if I've even had one.
No.
I don't know if I have.
It is nice.
I had a deep fried pizza once.
That's what I want to try.
Okay.
Is that nice?
So it's deep fried pizza, and what it is it's like just an oven pizza.
Yeah.
And then they cut it in half, and then they dip it in, and then they deep fry it. So it's not like the best pizza.
It would be taking a piss bit. They had like an Italian bloke out the back slaving over like an incredible Italian pizza, and then the Scottish bloke goes, "There we go, you know." Just get a good fellas, dunk it in the dunk it in the deep fryer.
But it's not a Goodfellas either.
No, it's not. It's Tesco own brand.
You know what I mean? It's like one of them ones where you can see that the perforation holes on it.
Oh yeah.
It's not quite enough tomato sauce to cover it, and
It's such a beautiful detail, the perforation holes, but I knew exactly what you meant.
And the cheese is so thin. You know, it's almost like it's a comb over.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
That was so artistic. Poet, definitely. That was beautiful.
God, you are good, Nick, aren't you?
Yeah, that is great.
Yeah.
Do you have a team name for us?
The Bastards.
So that's definitely the record for like the least time ever thought about. He's had that ready to go.
Yeah.
Well, I've been thinking about it since I've been chatting to you.
I loved it coming off the back of the articulate description of a pizza that is worth less than a Goodfellas pizza. Yeah. The Bastards. I love that.
The Bastards, we're ready to go.
Bastards.
So Nick, I know you know this because you're a fan of the pod, but each week we basically get a genuine pub quiz sent in from a UK quizmaster. We've not seen the questions before. Our producers deal with the emails that come in, well, all three of them, and we just see what happens. So this week's quizmaster is Alex. He's a local boy from the Dog and Bell in Deptford.
Oh, Deptford!
Nick, you hang about in Deptford a bit, don't you?
Yeah, I do hang about in Deptford quite a lot. Yeah.
I know the Dog and Bell in Deptford.
You've taken me there.
I've taken you there. I've hosted a quiz there myself.
Brilliant pub.
It's a lovely pub. Alex's quiz runs on Sundays at 8 p.m. at the Dog and Bell in Deptford, which is quite close to here basically. Round one. The theme is 80s.
And when we do it, it's going to be like this.
Oh, we're doing it now. We're in it, yeah.
We're in the quiz.
Okay.
Round one is the 80s.
So was that, how old were you in the 80s, Nick?
How old was I? Well, what year?
Well, just generally
across the 80s. What was the range?
The 80s.
Well, name a year.
84.
I was
the year the Smiths founded.
I was 3 or 4.
Oh, okay. So you were born 81?
No.
80.
Doesn't want to give off when he was born, so he'll just say I was 3 or 4.
No, do you know what? We're about to do a fucking pub quiz, right? And I can't just give him the answers. He's got to work them out. Yeah. He's got to start exercising his brain, right? So if he says, how old were you in the 80s? There's fucking 10 years to
Why don't you stop being scared of films and start using your brain for once? Question number 1. It says 5 questions in each of the 3 rounds. What would be amazing is if we could get one of these rounds 5 out of 5. It's a very elite club.
And also, no pressure, but Hugh Davis did manage to accomplish that.
But anyway,
5 out of 5.
He did get 5
on one of the
rounds.
3 rounds.
But what? 15 out of 15 is not like something to achieve.
One person has got 15 out of 15
and
in 20 something episodes.
And it makes me think I'd be even more amazed if it happened again because lightning doesn't strike twice.
Lightning doesn't strike twice. It's never going to happen again.
What about that guy that got struck by lightning 3 times?
Shit, it does strike twice?
Yeah.
To be fair, he wasn't in the same place.
That's true.
If you're going to move about that much, mate, what do you expect? Question number 1. Which American city hosted Band-Aid alongside London?
New York.
Wow.
Oh,
okay.
I don't think it is.
Jake knows better.
What do you think?
Well, I think...
This is us conferring.
This is us conferring. We're on the same
yeah,
team, for God's sake. I think it's Philadelphia.
I think it's Philadelphia.
Yeah.
Okay.
I do. But I'm happy to go with you.
Why do you think that? I thought it was... I tell you what, because they went... Phil Collins opened it in England, didn't he? And then he got the Concorde over, And then,
Did he really?
And then he closed it in America.
Surely it's got to be America.
So surely it was New
sorry.
York because it's the nearest. But where's Philadelphia? It's on the same coast.
It's very close to New York.
But then, if Phil Collins was flying all the way over from England on a Concorde,
and then has to get what?
and then has to get what, an Uber?
Yeah.
He has to get a taxi to Philadelphia.
Yeah, okay, let's go New York.
But I'm also saying that I might be wrong. It wasn't Washington, right? No.
Do you know what? I'm going full circle. I actually do really think it's Philadelphia.
Okay. Oh, sorry, thought you were going to say New York.
And is there some sort of time limit on this?
yeah. We can sit on this question for as long as
Nick,
we
would
want.
you be annoyed if we went to Philadelphia?
No, I'm open to it. I think that I thought it was New York just off the top of my head straight away.
I've got a really strong memory now of seeing a documentary about Live Aid and how it was Philadelphia, it was London, and it was maybe somewhere else as well.
Okay.
Question number 2. Which famous female tennis player won 9 Wimbledon singles in the 80s?
Oh, was it Steffi Graf?
Put that down.
Wow.
Do you remember earlier when you said you weren't our sports person and you just nailed a sports question?
I don't know if I have nailed it.
I mean, the way you've said it with that confidence, Nick.
It could have been Steffi Graf. It could have been. Well, there was like 2 in the 8. There was like 2 male. There was Boris Becker, and when did Andre Agassi come around?
Yeah.
Like 89, 90.
Martina
Navratilova.
Navratilova. I was taken by your confidence on Steffi Graf.
Well, but like she's still in my head, so she must have kind of like. She was like a superstar in the 80s. So yeah, it's either her or Martina Navratilova.
What do you reckon?
I think let's go with the confidence of your
what
your
instinct.
what your gut reaction was. Yeah.
Yeah, all right. But
Question number 3. In Back to the Future, film question.
Which one? The first one?
They're always the same.
1985, Robert Zemeckis. Yeah, go on.
What speed did the DeLorean have to reach to time travel?
You know that.
Genuinely, I'm going to have a go. Is it 88 miles an hour?
Yeah, everyone knows that, right?
Wow! I didn't know I knew that.
Yeah, see?
It was somewhere in the back of my mind.
Have a
Okay.
bit more faith in yourself, yeah?
Thanks, Nick.
I would say 95% of winning a pub quiz is confidence.
It is.
Wow.
And when they mark you at the end and they say you're wrong, you just say, no, I'm not.
Question number 4. What year was the Chernobyl disaster? We're having fun!
Was it, well, it's late 80s, so was it, what do you think?
87.
I think 88.
Yeah, I was going to
Again?
go...
88
I
again?
was going to go 86, 87.
A really good point. It wouldn't be 88 and 88, would it?
Unless, what do we think
Unless
about
it's the 88 round.
What is this, the 88?
In my head, I thought 87.
Okay.
And, I thought 86, 87, and you thought 87.
Let's go 87.
87.
Question 5.
Yeah.
Who was the US president between 1981 and 1989?
Oh, Ronald Reagan.
Ronald Reagan.
Wow.
We all know that one.
The best actor of his generation.
He was brilliant. He was in all the good films.
Bedtime for Bonzo.
Oh, wow, you do know them. Was he a good actor?
No, he was like... Well, he wasn't a bad actor. He
Who
was
would
like,
you compare him to in like the current roster of like Hollywood actors? Who was he?
Who's the guy in Avatar? Sam Worthington.
Oh, really?
He's kind of like... not in... Like, he's one of them... He's like one of them filler actors. That's
He's just like a jock.
In the same year, you had Avatar, fucking Terminator Salvation, Clash of the Titans, and he was so, like, bland and everything. But
I know exactly who he is now.
Someone picked him to be famous. They gave him these 3 huge blockbusters that all did really well, obviously. But that's the kind of actor that Ronald Reagan
I
was.
thought you were going to say, but in terms of the plot of Avatar, I will just briefly run you through that.
Well, you would have had like your James Stewart's and your James Stewart and Cary Grant would be like your George Clooney's and your Dwayne The Rock Johnson, right?
Suddenly the analogies just come to him.
Or like,
in perfect vision.
James Stewart is like Harrison Ford, although James Stewart probably had more range than Harrison Ford.
Definitely. I think Reagan was Wahlberg.
Yeah, right.
I
Okay.
do. I'm happy to say that.
I think that's fine.
Yeah.
I think that's all right.
I really do.
The only bit I could latch onto there was I was out the other week and my mate's dad went, after about 8 points, was trying to talk about films, and he went, I tell you what, Dwayne "The Jock" Bronson. Which really made
Do
me
you know what?
chuckle.
That's really difficult to even get it wrong.
Yeah,
deliberately.
that's very true. It really made me chuckle. Sat there over in India, and I tell you what, Jane the Jot Ronson, maybe.
You delivered that so well. I was about to say, you've got that wrong.
Yeah, but that was my thought process.
No.
My thought process was, oh, you got that wrong. And then I thought, no, he didn't. He's a genius.
Round 1, 80s round. Look, it was our
Was
first.
that an 80s round?
That was the 80s round,
Yeah.
yeah.
Did you say that at the beginning?
Yeah. Remember we had that big chat about when you might have been born. And you said, I don't want to tell him, I want him to guess.
I wasn't aggressive.
No, he wasn't aggressive.
That was him.
I thought we'd have a bit of fun.
Yeah.
It was libelous.
I thought we'd have a bit of fun before this started.
Yeah.
What are the answers? Round 1.
There was a slight dig, I
Question
think. Thought we'd have a bit of fun before this started.
It was a dig.
It was a dig at the quiz.
But I felt immediately bad for it because you didn't understand it.
Yeah.
There's nothing worse than having a dig explained to you, right?
I know. That's way worse than the original dig was ever going to be as well.
My one was light and frothy.
It was a quick dig, and now I'm been dug at and thick.
And I, the co-host, have had to go, no, our podcast is shit.
I don't think this is shit at all, by the way. And if you own a pub with a pub quiz, keep sending in them quizzes.
I had to crush our dreams and go, no, comedy legend Nick Helm just said the format's shit.
I don't think the format's shit.
No.
It does definitely need some work. Let's go. I think you got cocky early on.
Yeah,
you booked in
yeah.
a lot of guests. And then once you release the first series, the hard work of trying to salvage something from it will begin. But that's mainly left up to the edit, isn't it? So you can only do so much as
The edit does an
presenters.
absolute number on this, I tell you.
I mean, what does this crunch down to? A good 3? Like a reel? What's a reel? 60 seconds?
We get a strong 4.
All right, yeah, it's really good. Jump, cut, sit, oh, the way through. You know, that was jump cutting.
Go on, Jake. The answers to the 80s
weird.
round.
It's all facing the same direction,
can't
isn't
be.
it? I hate this.
Yeah.
Go on.
Oh, God.
Oh, it's too performative, isn't it?
Yeah.
We can see the tiny lanes.
Guys, let's relax.
Chilled out.
Question number 1.
I've got under-breast sweat occurring now.
The American city
I
that
feel
hosts...
like Joe Rogan filming a special. Should I wear the salmon shirt? Yeah, wear the salmon shirt, Joe. Still, great podcast.
Joe, if you're listening, keep sending those quizzes in. Question number 1. Which American city hosted Band Aid alongside London? Nick, I'm really sorry. You did say New York. I overruled. I said Philadelphia. It was Philadelphia.
Oh wow, brilliant,
Wow.
great.
Well done, Joke.
But I am, again, still sorry for
Oh, don't be
overruling you.
sorry.
Question number 2. Which famous female tennis player won 9 Wimbledon singles titles in the 80s? We had 2 in our minds. We had Steffi
Yeah.
Graf and Martina Navratilova.
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 She never ate a loaf of bread. That's how I remember it. It's not a day that goes by that I don't use it somehow.
So you were just sat there watching Wimbledon as a kid being like, I need to remember this. How are we going to do this? She never got it.
Do you know what? It's weird. I've never seen Wimbledon.
Live or just
The thing-
on telly?
You never seen it? You never sat down and watched a bit of Wimbledon?
No.
Never just accidentally caught a bit? Just sort of-
Wait, you never watched Andy Murray win Wimbledon? No.
Who does he play for?
Andy Murray plays for Andy Murray. That's a problem with Andy Murray. That's a fucking problem with Andy Murray.
Bloody
Always
hell.
will be.
Hope he's not watching. He's getting absolutely roasted here.
All of our listeners, Joe Rogan's been roasted. Andy Murray,
Yeah,
you've been
yeah,
roasted. It was Martina Navratilova.
Oh, what do we put? Steffi Graf?
Yeah.
That's all right. 1 out of 2. Question number 3.
To be honest, we're getting the answers.
We're getting the we're just not writing them down.
them down.
Do
Yeah.
you know what I mean? It's not like we're miles off and we couldn't think of anyone, and then the name comes up and you go, oh, of course, Ronald Reagan. You know.
Yeah.
He'll come up later. Question number 3. In Back to the Future, the speed that the DeLorean must reach, it's 88 miles an hour.
You
done,
got that
lads.
right.
Yeah, I mean,
Well done,
thanks
lads.
for allowing me
You-
the
you
space to
got
give it a
that
go,
right.
because you should, I mean, I didn't even know I had it in my locker. Have you seen Back to the Future?
Yeah. One of them.
Which one? Was it in the
I think it was the
future?
first one.
Was it the Wild
What
West?
was the one with he sort of gives in the thing, goes, that's all the sports results of...
That's the second one.
Oh, okay, I've seen the second
So
one.
the first one, he nearly shagged his mum.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, because he goes back in time.
Well, she nearly shags him.
Do you know what? That is fair.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
Goes back. It's everyone's fantasy. You go back. You're living in the 50s, and then you see a younger version of your mum, and then she fancies you, and you say, "I can't do anything."
Yeah.
I can't tell you why. I can't do anything.
I would, but...
Yeah, but
Honestly, if I told you why, it'd blow your mind.
You'll
but
find
trust
out
me,
later.
I can't.
You'll find out later.
I love the.
I would love to.
I'm very flattered.
But then who's to say that Marty McFly isn't responsible for the reason why his kid looks exactly like him?
You ever thought about
Makes sense, actually.
Because he doesn't look anything like George McFly, does he?
Yeah.
But he looks. Do you know who he looks exactly like? Himself.
Yeah.
Yeah? And as we've established in Back to the Future 2, all of his relatives look exactly like him, right?
Yeah.
And in Back to the Future 3, when he goes to Cowboy Time, his relatives look exactly like him. So isn't it weird that his dad, as George McFly, doesn't look anything like him?
88 miles an hour we got correct, so we're 2 out of 3.
What year was the Chernobyl disaster, Jake?
It was 1980. What did we put?
7.
80.
No, did we? Did we say one before 88?
Yeah, we said... It's 86 though, isn't it?
It's 86.
Yeah, I thought 86,
didn't put that.
87. No, it's fine, it's fine.
It's all right.
And
Again,
number
though, you're right, we're saying the answers.
I would rather us
yeah.
get along as a collective. than-
Yeah, I would
Yeah,
much
yeah,
rather
yeah,
that than win the quiz.
We've had quiz teams before where it's fallen apart, hasn't it? We've done
Totally.
all right, but it's like, it's bitter. At least it's nice. At least we're doing
I
it,
mean,
you know.
God. Well, when you finish a pub quiz, you know, do you want to be celebrating together? Or, you know, whether you win or lose?
Would you
Or
wanna
do
be
you want to be
sit-
stood outside in the rain by yourself?
Sitting in
Again.
opposite corners of a pub going, yeah, you said
I'm
86,
really
you said
fucking
87,
told
you
them.
fuck that up.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
You-
could have won a bar tab.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was live and let die.
We could have come fourth, but no, you fucked it.
Yeah.
We came fifth. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2 right. We're
Yeah.
together in this.
Yeah, friends for life now.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm happy with that.
Absolutely.
Doesn't seem like too much of a
It's
commitment.
lovely.
Question number 5. Who was the US president between 81 and 89? It was Ronald Reagan,
Thanks,
the Mark Wahlberg of his era. So that brings us to...
That's so spot on.
So 3 out of 5 in that round. It's a solid start, Nick.
Huge did better.
Wow.
What have we just said?
Sorry, mate.
What we just said.
Round
thought
2
you-
is, this links back to something we were talking about earlier, Scotland. Links back to your fact.
Links back to
I mean,
my
I hope there's a
fact.
question about Mexican restaurants. Question number 1. What is the national animal of Scotland? Now, someone gave this to us as a fact in a really early quiz. Do you remember
I
when
know
we had
this.
Elliot Cass on?
Yeah.
Apparently it's unicorn.
Yeah. National animal.
Have you
Well,
heard
that
that?
makes sense because Britain is the lion and Scotland is the unicorn, and they're fighting for the crown, right? And it's that lion and the unicorn is a
you can
metaphor.
see, you can see it
So
on
you
the...
see it on the. We had it on our
coat of
money,
arms.
didn't we? We had it on our pound coins.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I'll go with that.
Pass
Yeah,
that
sure.
down.
Question 2. What animal is Greyfriars Bobby?
It's a dog. It's a
It's a
little
dog.
dog.
Oh, okay.
Dog.
What's that? What?
It's a little dog, and his owner died, and he spent the rest of his life sitting at his graveside and looking after his owner, even though he's died.
That was a rhyme as well.
And then,
That was a rhyme
Yeah,
as well.
but basically, from round 2 onwards, he only speaks in rhyme.
Yeah.
So that's just a
And,
thing that's going to happen now.
Did that? I don't think we got that in the memo.
Yeah, it's just a
Yeah.
stipulation of any contract.
Okay, sorry.
There's a statue of him in Edinburgh, and he's like made of bronze. And have you ever seen the statue of Juliet in Verona?
No, I've not been
She,
to
it's there's a statue of Juliet, and she's bronze. And what happens is all the tourists get a photo with her. So one of her breasts is really shiny because of the hands. But Greyfriars Bobby, it's his arse.
Is that what? Oh, sorry. Is that the dog with
It's his
the cold
arse.
nose?
It's got a shiny arse. Because everyone smears their genitals. It's awful.
That poor dog.
It's awful.
All he just wanted his owner back. Everyone's shining his heart.
Oh, do you know what you mean now? It's a dog with a silver, with a little gold nose.
Well, the
isn't it?
reason it's gold is because
Yeah,
people
no,
try and
but-
fuck his nose as well.
Oh dear.
Next
Right.
question.
3. Has there been more Scottish Doctor Who's or James Bonds?
Oh, there's been how many James Bonds? There's
Loads
Sean
of James
Connery.
Bonds.
Sean Connery.
Roger Moore.
Roger. Yeah, but what do you mean?
What do you mean?
We're not just naming Bonds. We're naming Scottish James Bonds.
Oh, Oh, I thought it was. Were there more Scottish Doctor Who's or James Bonds?
No.
See,
No.
I don't know
Right,
what Roger Moore's English, surely. And then you've got Sean Connery's Scottish, Roger Moore's English, Timothy Dalton's Welsh,
I'll do a bit of Italian.
Pierce Brosnan is Irish, Daniel Craig is English.
English, yeah.
So there's one Scottish James Bond. So how many Scottish Doctor Who's are they? There's David Tennant.
And Peter Capaldi.
Sure.
Great.
2-1.
Doctor Who.
Yeah.
Nicely done.
I don't know about old Doctor Who.
But, I mean, it would only increase it, wouldn't
Yeah,
it? It would only
yeah.
be more.
It would only increase it if you think about it.
Question number 4.
Guys, it's only going to increase it.
Question number 4. What is the third biggest city in Scotland? So we've got Edinburgh, Glasgow, and
Aberdeen.
then Aberdeen.
Aberdeen's good.
Are we talking about population or geographic size?
Actually, I wish they specified
Or are we
that.
talking about height?
It will.
Yeah.
Because Aberdeen,
Yeah.
well, like Edinburgh is a city on a city, right?
Yeah.
So that's like 2 cities. But
It'd be so annoying if, in the grand scheme of things, he has got. Sorry, that is by height.
I think it's Aberdeen. I'm pretty sure it's Aberdeen.
Was that true that song in I'm Blue, dabba dee dabba die was actually apparently a suicide song? And the guy was like, "What this actually is I'm blue in Aberdeen, I will die." Do you remember hearing that?
I don't remember hearing that.
Do you remember hearing
I know the
that?
song, but I don't remember hearing that. Is it?
Do you remember hearing that? Oh, right.
I remember hearing it.
Yeah, you remember hearing that?
Yeah, you said it like 10 seconds ago. Like what? But I don't remember hearing it before today. If that helps any further.
Next question.
So, final question of the Scotland round. Which of these is not a real Scottish football team? And there's 4 below. So, which is not...
Are you into football, Nick?
No.
Okay, so which is not a real team? Civil Service Strollers, Broomhill Town, Golspie Sutherland, and Queen of the South. Now, I'm pretty sure Queen of the South is a football team in Scotland.
I think Civil Service Strollers and Queen of the South sound made up, right? They don't sound like football teams to me, right? But I don't know anything about football. But just from those titles, you'd go, yeah. I don't know. But one is fake, right?
Queen of the South sounds fake to me, but that's the one you're most confident
That's the one I think
Queen of
is...
the South doesn't sound like a football team, is it?
Yeah.
See, that's the only one where I think that is a football team.
Is that because you've heard of it?
I
Is that
think I
because
might have been scrolling on Live Score and sort of been looking at the football scores and seeing Queen of the South. Oh, that's an unusual name. So I think it is a real football team.
This has fucked me up, man. This is
Well,
Fucked up.
okay, right. There's 4, yeah,
Yeah.
answers, yeah.
right, and there's only one that's wrong, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So why don't you pick one that you think is definitely a football team?
Definitely a good idea, that.
Why don't you pick one?
Queen of the South.
You think that's definitely a football team?
Right. And what do you think?
I think that Golspie Sutherland is a football team.
Okay.
So you're left with Civil Service Strollers or Broom.
I know.
This is his method.
Sorry, Nick,
He set this
sorry.
up.
Yeah, this was
He
your
actually
approach.
set it up to have
Sorry,
the moment to be
sorry,
like, well, I'll get a
sorry.
cast of... Yeah.
Sorry.
I mean, I'm trying to like
yeah.
Trying to help you off.
I'm trying to give you a format here,
trying
guys.
to create an environment where we
Yeah.
can all chip in.
Yeah,
but
sorry,
don't
mate.
fucking patronise me. Don't you dare for a minute underestimate my brain.
Sorry, I'm so sorry,
I
Nick.
can take 2 from 2.
I'm so sorry.
4. Shit. I think Broomhill Town and Civil Service Strollers, right? Civil Service Strollers sounds made up, and Broomhill Town, that could easily be a football team. It's got town in it, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if you're what do I personally think? I think Civil Service Strollers is not a football team.
Let's go with it.
Okay.
I think that's
What
fair.
football team wants to associate themselves with strolling?
Yeah, but you've got to think you've got a team
I'm
called...
going to stroll my way up to the goal.
I'm pretty sure Broomhill Town is not a real Scottish football
Broomhill
team.
Town sounds so much like a football team that sounds like it could have been made up. Right?
Yeah.
All right. So
Looks
let's
like we're
just
getting
say,
Broomhill Town.
let's say Boomtown Rats. What are they called? Broomhill Town.
So the answers for the Scotland round. What is the national animal of Scotland? We said unicorn.
Unicorn.
It was unicorn. Bang on. It's 1 out of 1. What is the animal? What animal is Greyfriars?
It's a dog. He's a little dog.
It's a dog. Little dog. Perfect. 2 out of 2. Have there been more Scottish Doctor Who's or James Bonds?
Doctor Who.
Doctor Who.
Bang on. Wow. What is the 3rd biggest city in Scotland?
Aberdeen.
Correct.
Are you joking?
It's 4 for 4.
We're 4 for 4.
Yeah, 4 for 4. So now we go into which of these is not a real Scottish football team. Civil Service Strollers, Broomhill Town, Golspie Sutherland, Queen of the South. I went straight in Queen of the South, I've heard of them. You said Golspie Sutherland, you think that's a real team.
I think it's a real team.
We've
But
been
then we
torn
had this
between
big debate of the final 2.
Civil Service Strollers or Broomhill Town. You said Civil Service Strollers. I've never done this before, but I went overruled. I said no.
You really did.
Broomhill Town. The one that is not a real team is
Go on.
Broomhill Town.
5 out of 5!
5 out of 5.
That is
There we
brilliant.
go. Well done, everyone.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Here we go. That felt good.
I can feel the adrenaline through my veins. It's a what a rush.
Doesn't it feel good?
Fuck
There we
me.
go.
Great.
Nick, you've had a new tour. No One Gets Out Alive.
Yeah.
34 dates. That's a lot of dates, isn't it? That's a bit much.
I think it's 37 dates.
37 dates.
I think we've had some dates, yeah. Yeah, 37 dates. Yeah, it is, but my last tour was 39 dates, so you do have to think, what happened to the other fucking two?
Yeah, that's true.
People talk about like shows being. People talk about shows being like about something. Is the show about something?
Yeah. Well, yeah. People talk about their shows being about stuff because, you know, what else are you going to say? It's an hour of comedy.
Yeah, can't it just be an hour of comedy?
Yeah, and like no, because my last show was kind of an hour of comedy, but it was 2.5 hours of comedy. This show is going to be like an hour of comedy.
Yeah.
Then there'll be like a little interval, and then there'll be like another hour and a bit of comedy. Although I'm trying to get it down this year to 45 minutes.
But I think like I mean I don't know what your tour is about, but like I feel like in a good way people won't really know what to expect when they come and see you because there's such a variety of stuff that you do.
Well, it's called No One Gets Out Alive as well, so people hopefully
come with a sense of dread.
it's a threat and a promise. You know what I mean? So hopefully they come with a sense of dread. But then the show is, you know, it's about kind of like being happy for the first time in my life.
Oh, that's a nice theme to have.
So that's what it's about, really.
Lovely.
But I haven't got there yet. I'm still doing previews, so I'm trying to work out.
What haven't got to the stage of being the happiest that you are in your life?
No, I am there, but there is the worry that it's kind of like all my other stuff is like being angry and frustrated and depressed.
Yeah.
And it's like I don't have that, so I'm kind of like writing a show that's kind of more. I don't know. It's more introspective, I suppose. All my shows have been introspective to a degree.
Yeah.
But maybe this one's less introspective because I don't have as much going on in my head and I can just be entertaining. We'll see. There's a fly on my microphone.
There is a fly on the microphone. Nick, where can people see you? Where can people buy tickets?
They can just go to, if they've got the internet, you can just log on to the internet and you can go up to, you type in www, that stands for World Wide Web, dot, that's like a full stop, Nick, that's my name, dash, Helm, .co.uk. /org. No, not org. It's between September and November, and I'm going to as many places as I can, and I'm really looking forward to it. And my last tour was the best time I've ever had doing a show, and basically my only goal for this show is to have as much fun doing it.
Do you have a favourite city or town?
My favourite, well, I've got several. I love Glasgow.
Okay.
Because I'm.
Aberdeen's good.
Because we're like Southerners, right?
Yeah.
And so you hear about Glasgow and you think, God, they're gonna cave my head in.
That is the feeling, isn't it? Yeah.
But then they're like really rowdy. If anything, Edinburgh's less fun because they're very intellectual in Edinburgh and they go to sort of like watch and go, Whereas Glasgow's more rowdy and it's just so much more fun. I love Glasgow. Leeds is probably my favourite city in England.
Nice.
And and I'm going to Ireland as well. So
Where is it you're from, Nick?
well, if you're interested, I was born within the Bow Bells of London.
Yeah.
Oh, you're a Cockney.
I'm a Cockney. So, but not only that, I heard this off a taxi driver.
Yeah.
So it might be bullshit.
I'm bracing myself.
But I was born in Bart's Hospital, which is one of the only hospitals with a maternity wing to be within the Bow Bells of London. And the maternity wing closed down in like the early 80s, and I was born in 80. So I'm one of the last Cockneys to be born in London.
That is a very good fact. That should have been your opening fact.
That's
to
not-
be honest with you.
That's not like...
As the St George flag unravels.
There's obviously when my Boris Johnson tattoo comes up, he was the best mayor. Nightmare. Yeah, obviously.
God, you're one of the only real bloody cockneys in
I'm
this
one of the
scene.
only bloody cockneys left alive. And I'm so middle class.
One more question.
Yeah, go on.
One more question. Well, I just think because you don't get to basically we don't get to have comics on the podcast like you who have such an array of stuff that they do. I just think it would be interesting to know what was your starting comedy? What was it, how did you get into it? What was your first couple of gigs like? What sort of stuff were you doing?
I did my first gig because I didn't really know what I wanted to do in my life, and I couldn't think of. I wanted to do everything but I was creative, so I wanted to do music and I wanted to do art and I wanted to do drama. I used to write plays and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then I made a list of all the things I wanted to do, like all the things, like limitless options, right? So like be an astronaut, be a cowboy, be in a band, be an author, like all the things. And then you go through the list and you go, well, I'm not going to be a cowboy and I can't be an astronaut. I haven't got the maths degree. And do you know what I mean? So you keep going through it all. And you go, if I want to be in a band, I've got to organise 4 people. Right, so I can't do that today. And if I want to write a book, it'll be 1,000 pages? I'm not going to do that in a day. Right? So, stand-up comedian, I could do that, just me standing up. And then I did my first gig, and that went really well. And my second gig went really well. And my third gig went really well. And then there was a year of dog shit. And if it wasn't for those first 3 gigs, I probably would have quit.
Wow.
But then you just find your way when you're doing it. Yeah. And I also think that if you can stand up in front of an audience and you enjoy it, like if you do stand up and you enjoy it, it doesn't really matter if your material is shit at that point, because you can't really fake enjoying being on stage, right?
Yeah.
And so if you can get up on stage even though your material isn't there, and you can actually just stand up there for 5 minutes and do it, then you can write the material later, you know. And but when you're first testing out, I think this goes for anyone that wants to try stand-up. You know, you can get caught up on the fact that it's got to be perfect in this thing. And in actual fact, what you really want to do is just, throw some shit at the wall and see what sticks and just get up there and do it. And if you enjoy that process, then you should write some jokes and keep doing it. It's like starting a podcast before you know what you're doing. You just dive right in, and then eventually the format will become clear to you, right?
I can't wait for that moment.
We'll actually, yeah. So the connections round is the final round given to us by Alex, was it?
Alex from the Dog and Bell.
Alex from the Dog and Bell, the connections round. So
there's really no stakes now, is there? Because we've already got the 5 out of 5.
Yeah, but I don't think anyone's ever got 2 5 out of 5s.
Someone has got 3 out of 5 out of 5.
I know, but no one's ever got 2 5
Someone's
out of
got 3
5.
5 out of 5.
Someone's got 15 out of 15, yeah.
Who answered every single...
well, collectively, but Joseph Charm, who was a finalist in this year's Britain's Got Talent.
Yeah.
Great comedian, lives in
What was
Milton
his
Keynes.
talent? Pub quizzes?
This round's out of 6. No one's ever got a 6 out of 6.
Oh,
because at the end we've
There
got
you
to get the connection. So there we go. There is some stakes here.
What is the theme of this one? What's this
Just
round?
connections.
It's just
so
that
there's going to
something
be.
will connect these answers.
But yeah. So question 1: which former footballer now presents Homes Under the Hammer?
Dion Dublin.
Dion Dublin.
Dion Dublin.
Early shout for Cities being the.
Yeah, it's got to be Cities, isn't it?
Yeah.
Unless it's going to be Canadian
Let's just get the
singers.
second one
Yeah,
done, and then we
do
can
right.
start.
Hot brink and champagne are shades of which colour?
Yellow.
Oh, is it?
Isn't it? Is it? Or beige? What is
Champagne.
it? Champagne. It's like a
Hot
gold.
drink and
Is it
champagne.
gold?
Champagne gold, champagne white, champagne yellow, champagne...
We know it's in that area. Should we sort of
Come back to it.
park it and come back to it? Question 3: which city in Texas is famous for its work with NASA?
Houston. You seem upset about that answer, Nick.
I was just about to say it, and then...
Did you not notice when I went... That was teeing you up to say
No,
it?
because I was looking over here. Did you not notice that I wasn't looking anywhere near you?
Number 4:
Sorry, go on.
where is the Simpsons set?
There's a Simpsons set in Springfield.
Come on, let's go. So, Dion Dublin, Houston, Springfield. Okay.
And then the 5th one: what is the name given to a 16-punch Starbucks coffee that is the equivalent to a large?
I don't know what 16
I don't know
punch
what that means.
That's what, 16 shots?
I think that must be a typo, and it must mean ounce.
Yeah, I reckon that makes ounce.
Yeah, okay.
Grande is a good shout.
Grande.
Lungo?
It's got. We can't. Well, Grande is definitely one, isn't it?
Yeah.
You can't have Grande in the mix and then have one bigger.
Grande, yeah, but Grande's just like large, isn't it?
Yeah.
So they've got small, regular, large, right? And grande is large. It's not like mega large.
Mega large.
It's a mega pint of coffee.
I don't know any other ones than grande. I can't have coffee without getting a little bit jittery, so I just sort of avoid
Really?
it.
Don't you drink coffee?
It gets me very, very jittery, very anxious.
Really?
My heart starts pacing.
Do you have tea more?
Yeah.
Tea, all right?
I can handle tea.
What about hot chocolate?
I can handle hot chocolate.
The Horlicks,
Touch and go.
Ovaltine.
Green tea?
Touch and go.
What about
Ovaltine, fine. Green
chamomile?
tea. Try not to have too much chamomile, so I'll be a bit too sleepy.
It's good. I feel like getting to know each other.
I'm very sensitive to narcotics.
I heard somewhere that there's more caffeine in tea than coffee, though.
Yeah, I heard that.
Well, you heard wrong. You
Must
heard,
have been watching the same thing.
you heard wrong. Since
Yeah.
when have you two been hanging out? When's this been happening?
What about flat Coke microwave with milk in it?
Can't sleep without it, honestly.
Should we go grande? Or we don't know
Gotta
it,
be.
though.
I mean, it doesn't have to be grande, does it? But
If
like,
you, well, Nick, if
well,
you've got,
what's
if you've got a better
16, what's
answer.
16 ounces? What's the pint?
Well,
What's
how's that going to help you work out the name of the
Because the
Starbucks name?
fucking thing is 16 ounces, right?
Yeah,
So
but
if it's actually believable that a 16 ounce cup could be the largest size that they have in Starbucks, great. But if 16 ounces is like 3 times as much as what you normally get, at
What is
Starbucks,
the-
then it's going to be called a mega
16
grande,
ounce
isn't it?
Starbucks
went very
equivalent to a
cockney then.
large. Equivalent to a large. I thought that was the main thing.
Oh, it
Very
was part of the
cockney then.
question.
I'll tell you fucking what.
I'm not looking at the questions when you ask them, right? So
Right.
maybe it's a little bit about like, you're dropping a couple of words here and there.
Yeah.
So,
right, what
a
one's
grande, equivalent of a large. What's a large drink in Starbucks called? A grande
Yeah. I reckon.
or a grande?
So what are we confident on in terms of finding a connection? We're
I
confident on
reckon
Dion
Nick
Dublin.
thinks it's grande. Let's go grande.
Let's go grande. Dion Dublin, we're confident on.
Yeah.
Dion Dublin.
So we're confident on that. So we're looking at the connections. So Dion Dublin,
Hot drink and champagne are shades of what colour? So we got Dublin,
we got Dublin.
we got Springfield, we got Houston, we got Grande.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what's that got to do with towns
could
and
it
places?
be singers?
and- like the Rio Grande.
Ariana Grande.
Yeah, Whitney
Dusty
Houston, Dusty
Springfield,
Springfield, Ariana Grande. So it's going to be
Hot drink and champagne are shades of which
yeah,
colour?
Celine Dion,
Celine Dion.
Dusty, Whitney, Ariana.
Yeah.
And so,
So then,
So-
colours of champagne.
Champagne of what colour? So
Ian Yellow. Could be Ian Yellow.
could be in yellow, couldn't it?
Drink of
So if
champagne.
it's going to go with Celine, Dusty, Ariana, White,
Jack White.
Barry White. I reckon they're going with female singers. If it's
female,
I can't
yeah.
imagine going Celine Dion, Dusty Springfield, Ariana Grande. Just throw Barry White in there. He's a good singer.
Who's Barry White?
Who's
Barry White?
Who's Barry White?
Who's Barry White?
Barry White?
Who's Barry White?
My first, my last, my everything.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
All right, what about Can't Get Enough of Your Love, Baby? That is actually a much better impression of Barry White. He does that at the start of his song.
Can someone get Nick's inhaler?
Is it not pink?
Pink champagne.
Oh.
Very, 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 very good.
It's got to be pink.
Very good.
I'm even going to write it as the eye with an exclamation mark, as she likes.
She
You
does
know
like it.
She
She does like that. She does
She is
like
very
that.
funny. Favourite Pink song?
My favourite is
I'm
Coming up, so you better get this party started. I'm coming up.
I like that one.
Favourite Whitney Houston song?
Do the Bartman. My favourite Whitney Houston song is I Want to Dance with Somebody.
$1 Million Bill.
Lovely.
Love it.
And favourite Dusty Springfield song?
Downtown.
Preacher Man.
Lovely. And favourite Ariana Grande song?
Don't have one.
I don't have one, they're all good.
Guys, I think we could be on for a 6 out of 6 here, which I don't think we
But that's
will.
never happened on the pod before.
It's never happened.
Can't happen now, can it?
Here we go. Let's do the answers. So, which former footballer now presents Homes Under the Hammer? It is Dion Dublin.
Get
You were
it.
correct.
Dion Dublin.
Hot drink and champagne are shades of which colour?
Pink.
This was inspired, Nick. Pink. Well done. I don't think we were going to get there.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Which city in Texas is famous for its work with NASA? Houston.
Go on.
Whereas the Simpsons set Springfield. This is
Go
4
on.
for 4. What is the name given to a 16-punch Starbucks coffee? It's a grande.
Say it again with the 16 ounce.
What is the name given to a 16-ounce Starbucks coffee?
16 punch.
Yeah.
Do you know why they call it that?
God.
Because when you drink it, it's like you've been punched in the face 16 times. You've been punched in the face 8 times and the dick 8. You've been punched in the face 4 times. You've been punched in the dick 4 times. You've been punched in your bum 4 times. And then on 12 of them, you punch 4 times. Yeah?
Yeah.
You're like coming out.
For every 4 you
flailing.
receive, you give one back.
For every 12 you receive.
Yeah.
For every 4 you receive. No, because that's, yeah, all right, okay. Then there is it's not that though, is it? That'd be 21, right? Or 20?
No, because I think it was 16, wasn't it? So if they've...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, for every 4, you've given 1.
Oh, no, because you get, okay, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4.
1,
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
And
And
then
then 5, 6.
16.
yeah,
16.
you're 16,
It works.
yeah.
Yeah, but it doesn't.
That makes sense.
It doesn't.
Does all make sense.
It
Yeah,
doesn't.
it does. It's a 16 punch.
No, because I punch 4
1, 2, 3,
times.
4.
Yeah.
Face, bum,
Okay,
willy.
so this is my first punch.
Yeah.
Yeah?
1.
Yeah.
1.
But you got to do 1, 2, 3, 4, right?
Okay,
So my
so...
first punch.
And then I've given you 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Second punch.
So 1, 2, 3, 4. No, so that's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Same
Yeah.
again.
Third punch.
That's 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
Whoa, what?
No,
Whoa.
Right,
1,
you
2, 3,
throw the
4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, but we're punching back.
no, you're not.
Yeah, no,
No.
once for every 4, we're punching back.
That's not true.
That's what we said.
That's not
That's
what
you
I
said.
said.
That is what you said.
No.
I didn't
You
say
said
that.
you said 4 punches in the head, 4 in the willy, 4 in the bum,
Yeah.
and then I said,
And that takes us up to 12.
and then actually, yeah,
and there's
and
still
it-
4 punches left.
yeah, and you said for every 4 we receive, we give 1.
No, you said that. So I'm saying,
Yeah,
when I drink my 16 punches, right?
yeah,
4,
yeah,
8,
yes,
12,
yes,
13, 14, 15, 16.
yeah,
Right?
Yeah.
Not every punch is 4.
No,
Not
no.
like I punch 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
Right? And then I punch 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
And then I punch 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
Right?
No.
And then I punch 1, 2, 3, 4.
But if you start with the punch, if you punch first,
Yeah.
then it works.
I gave you 3 of my body parts.
Yeah, okay.
And
Right.
they were
But 4 on
Face,
each of the 3
face,
body parts
dick,
and bum.
bum.
And
Right.
that's 12.
That's 12.
Yeah.
Yeah? And then you got Danny Glover and Mel Gibson over it.
Yeah.
Right?
Beefy
Yeah.
Larry.
2, right? Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah,
There you
yeah.
go.
16.
And then 16, you see?
I think we got there.
Where are we in this scoring? We knew about Springfield. That's 4 out of 4.
Yeah.
No one's ever got a 5 out of 5 twice. Let alone a 6 out of 6 second. You know, in the pub quiz pod before.
11
Yeah.
out of 11.
This would be huge.
It's 11 out of 11. We
Yeah.
can agree on that one.
Number 5, Starbucks.
Every punch is 10 back.
Yeah.
11.
Number 5, Starbucks large is a grande, which means we need the link to get 6 out of 6. The link is it cities or is it?
Female vocalists.
Please.
We said female vocalists. It is
Singers.
female singers.
Female singers. Ah.
So this is a quiz out of 16, and we have got 13.
Yeah, it's very good.
That's very
It's very
respectable.
good.
And what day is it?
Friday the 13th.
Oh my god!
That's fucked up.
Yeah.
Friday the 13th.
Do you now think that, because at the start you thought that wasn't fucked up,
What, the Friday the 13th?
Friday the 13th thing, but it's a bit fucked up.
Is it? Or did I get 3 wrong deliberately?
Hey!
Producers, you're welcome.
No, I didn't.
We actually got a score wrong. It was 14 at 16.
14. What do you mean it's 14 at 16?
I said 13. We got 14 at 16.
Well,
We smashed it then.
so which 2 did we get wrong?
We've only
We got 2
wrong.
wrong. The tennis one and 1 year off of the what year Chernobyl happened.
Surely we got another one wrong.
No, that's
No,
it.
that was it. That was it. Only 2.
That's
got wrong.
absolutely incredible.
14 out of 16, eh?
We
And
were
one of them
so
was 5 out of
close.
5.
Yeah.
And one of them was 6
6
out of
out-
6.
So you probably, Joseph Charles might not be happy with this, but probably our best quizzer we've had on.
Definitely, 100%.
Yeah. Are you happy to do a little review of the quiz for us?
Which quiz?
The one we just did.
What, in front of you?
Just a little bit of criteria. Out of 10 for playability.
I mean, it was very easy to get distracted.
Yeah.
It was very stop and starty.
Yeah.
Okay,
That's
so
more on
I
us,
don't
really,
think
isn't it?
that's. I don't think that's really his.
It's not his fault. It's us. That's all us.
For Alex, what am I giving him? A rating out of
Out of
10?
10, yeah.
Yeah, probably like a. I don't know what, like a 10, 9 or a 10.
Great. Okay. Great. Quite nuanced.
Room for improvement. Range.
Nine.
Yeah, fair enough. Range of questions out of 10.
10.
It's a good range, isn't it?
Amazing.
Was it
We had a bit of sport, bit of film, bit of...
Yeah, we had everything.
Yeah.
History.
Years, yeah. And then just good vibes. So that takes into account, out of 10, good vibes, just your whole experience. Of
Everything.
The moment you set
That's
through.
more like a review for this experience.
Yeah, this is us.
The
So I
lights, the
would
producer, the beer, the
Well,
host.
I'd cider, but 10 for this guy.
Yeah.
And for this group in here,
Yeah.
you know. So it's a good day.
Yeah.
It's been good.
For everyone, for everyone.
Yeah,
So 10 for everyone.
Everyone pulled. No, I didn't say that. No, I did enjoy it. I do love a pub quiz. I do fucking love a pub quiz.
Nick, you've been fantastic,
You have
and
been
my God, we got a
fantastic.
hell of a score.
Huge thank you to our quizmaster Alex from the Dog and Bell in Deptford, and you can find him doing his quiz on Sundays at 8 p.m. And our final big thank you goes to Nick Helm for joining our pub quiz team today, the Bastards.
10 out of 10, guys. That's 10 for you, 10 for you, 10 for you, 10 for you, 10 for you. And what's that? 10, 20, 30, 40, 50.
50
So
punches.
How many times?